Welcome to Merchman Seeds Cup of Joe. On this Thanksgiving episode, we have a quick discussion on wheat germination and vernalization, as well as a Thanksgiving message.
Hi, this is Joe Merchman. Welcome to Merchman Seeds Cup of Joe. Today we have our regulars. We have Lynn, Dylan, and Ben. And we're going to make this a short episode because, the focus this weekend, because of Thanksgiving, is eating. And, that's America's #1 leisure activity. I don't know if you knew that or not, but all Americans love to eat. And before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about wheat. Ben, I think you had a question this week. I planted my wheat. The weather's turned cold. Am I going to be okay?
Yeah, and it all kind of depends on the planting date, obviously. But I did a quick Google from an article here, and this is some GDU charts in Fahrenheit. And for wheat, we actually use a 40 degree base instead of the 50 degree base, because wheat still has some activity in those 40 degree temperatures, because just how the physiology of the plant works. So when we use 40 as our base, the germination takes somewhere between 80 and 144 GDUs for that germination just to happen. So you take your high temp of the day, your low temp of the day, and then you subtract by high temp of the day, low temp of the day, divide by 2, subtract by 40. And that gives you your GDU accumulation. So it really doesn't take that many GDUs for even the past week and a half. We would have accumulated at least enough to get the wheat to germinate. So fun fact, above and beyond that, it takes about 180 GDUs past that to get to the 1.5 inch sprout out of the ground. So probably not going to be seeing any of that from this point forward. If you're not seeing any green growth and you just stuck it in the ground, I think you're probably going to be okay getting away with the plant actually germinating, or the seed germinating, but you're probably not going to have a ton of growth till March comes back around.
Yeah, it just has to sprout in order to go through what they call vernalization, and all wheat, in order for it to joint, it has to go through vernalization, which is a cooler temperature period. 30 days or so?
I think it's somewhere between 30 and 40 days below that, like 30 degrees or 40 degree temp. So
yeah, so a lot of times around here we'll use wheat as a cover crop in the spring, and it grows like grass, and it will not joint. It will not ever produce a head because it didn't go through vernalization. So planting wheat late, if it's sprouted, you're going to be okay, because that will allow it to go through vernalization, which then it will continue to grow, like you said, under the snow, or even in cooler conditions, and then next spring you should see it green up. Yeah,
and what we do with the management above and beyond that is making sure we get our nitrogen and sulfur on. You're not going to have that green up period, but you're not going to have that green up period in March like we normally would see, because you're just going to see that sprouting process. So if you're in our southern market, like southern Illinois and those areas, you're probably looking at a February nitrogen sulfur application. Up here it's probably closer to March by the time you can get in. So
that sounds good. Well, since it is Thanksgiving weekend, might go just around the table and name something, Lynn, that you are thankful for, either at work or at home, whatever.
Yeah, I think from a work perspective, I'm really thankful for the customer base that we've had. We've seen a lot of growth in Merchman Seeds over the last, I think I've been here coming up on 6 years in our portfolio, and I'm thankful that it's in all aspects of what we sell as well. We're seeing historic sales in wheat, obviously the corn portfolio coming on strong, and then soybeans. We're seeing a nice steady climb into some pretty fun numbers there. So it's good to see that. And then personally, I'm thankful that the kids are growing and the wife hasn't left me yet.
Keyword yet, huh? How about you, Dylan?
Yeah, I think our product performance this fall and throughout the year, a lot of customers were really happy on the way corn is doing. Soybeans, especially the old Reagan, did really well this year. I just wanted to get a hard time on that one.
That's a secret. People don't even know about that. No.
Yeah, just overall product performance this year was really good.
Yeah, I'm thankful here at work that we have the ability to work with some of the great partners that we have, whether that be some of our corn originators that we have a lot of trust with, our soybean seed treatment and our corn seed treatment people that we work with, the Meristem product portfolio. We have the ability to, work with guys that are giving us best-in-class products, and then we take the baton and we run and try to create the best customer experience after that fact. So I'm very thankful for the originators and the partnerships that we have so that we can continue to push the limit when it comes to yield and get our customers the best return on their investment for the products that we give them.
Very, very true, Ben. I'm thankful this past year we had a safe year. I always worry about our employees, heading out in all kinds of conditions, particularly in the winter months, the snow and the rain and all the other problems that they run into. We drive literally hundreds of thousands of miles delivering seed, selling seed, and that always puts that at risk, and that's one of the big things I worry about. And we had a safe year, so I appreciate that. And we were just so blessed to work with a great customer base, so loyal to us. We're working with third generation and even fourth generation customers now, and that just makes me so proud, and I appreciate that. And of course, everybody in my family's been healthy this past year, so that's a real plus. And anytime you have your health, you are very rich. So I consider myself very lucky there. So we look forward to coming up in the big selling season. Hopefully, everybody will remember us with a nice order, which will even make us even more thankful. So that means we get to keep our jobs. So with that, we want to, since it is Thanksgiving weekend, and by now you probably ate that turkey and had a great family experience, but you got a lot of leftovers and whatnot, so you're still working on it. And of course, football this weekend. So I thought, well, let's just do some jokes on food, since this is kind of the weekend that we celebrate the farmer being so bountiful to allow us to have food. Why was the cornbread fired from its job? Why was the cornbread fired from its job? It was loafing around too much, okay? Why is it so easy for mashed potatoes to travel? I bet you never thought about that. They take the gravy train, okay? What acting job did the green bean audition for? What acting job did the green bean audition for? The casserole. One of my favorite, green bean casserole. What vegetables can tie your shoes? String beans. Why couldn't the green bean answer the door? It was in the can. Bathroom? Okay. Why did the pumpkin pie go to the dentist? It needed a filling. And lastly, knock knock.
Who's there?
Anita.
Anita who?
I need a nap. I'm stuffed. Well, thanks for watching this week. We sincerely appreciate your business. If you haven't ordered your seed, it's time to do it. And we hope your family is safe and healthy, and we'll see you next week.